Hello, everyone. It is Friday, and therefore, this is your first of 4 fan-requested Friday videos. David Hoffman versus Serge Nubret. This is a men's classic physique division competitor, a modern competitor in David Hoffman, and a guy from the 60s, 70s, all the way up to the 80s in Serge Nubret, the French bodybuilder, the Frenchman. Unbelievable, guys. If you've watched Pumping Iron, I mean, he was kind of a disappointment. If you wanted Lou Ferrigno to beat Arnold Schwarzenegger in that video. And, you know, Lou was the good guy, and not only did he not beat Arnold, but Serge Nubret, he was kind of a spoiler. And if you were not familiar with him, he was kind of a bad guy, I guess, for beating Lou. But I just loved his physique. I thought he was impressive, and he did deserve the win against Lou. Let's go through the poses. We don't have all of the shots, of course, for David Hoffman, actually. We have most of the, if not all the shots for Serge Nubret. What a difference. What a difference. Of course, Hoffman looks like he's in better condition overall. Maybe. Hard to say. The old pictures there, you can't really tell for Serge Nubret. It's from 1975, for goodness sakes. We're lucky to have this one. Now, when you look at the arms, just the biceps and in the triceps as well, forearms, I can imagine as well, Serge Nubret, he is winning on that edge. And in the pecs. You see that? Look at the chest. Good set of abs, of course, and Serge Nubret, he's known for that. But guys, pan back a little bit and take a good look at his silhouette in David Hoffman. Look at that, the lats, the V-taper, and that vacuum pose. I am sure the judges were looking at this one, they'd probably give it to David Hoffman. But we're going to look at this in an aesthetic type point of view. Why not, right? And they both look good. Go to the next shot here. We have a one arm overhead, single arm flexed. And I think Serge Nubret, to be honest with you, if you take a pan back, like I said, and take an aesthetic view, who looks good? I think Serge Nubret, he looks like a statue. That looks like a statue that you would win for a men's classic, like a modern day men's classic physique division contest. So you could imagine this is what the judges would be looking for. It just looks unbelievable. Like a piece in time. Just stood still. Serge Nubret. Wish I could thank him for all of his efforts. Go to the only back shot we have. We have one more, I guess, but it's like a photo shoot for Serge Nubret. It's like a tilted one. But anyway, this one here is a good comparison. Look at that sturdy back on Serge Nubret. That's unreal. And if you've only ever seen the front of Serge, which is possible, look at the back on the guy. Look at the Christmas tree, the lat insertions. This guy meant business. Few and far between are the mandatory shots of Serge. There's a couple from the 75 Olympia, but they're very dark. You can't really see detail at all. And it's plain to see here. Would have translated into a couple of awesome shots for Serge. I would even give him this one. If you're not looking at the glutes, things of that nature. And they didn't really flex them. You can tell he's not flexed. But it does, food for thought here, would look like he would have striated glutes if he did, in fact, flex them. Serge Nubret, guys, very underrated. This is the one that I was talking about. This is a tilted, thusly, single arm up in the air. It's almost the same shot. Serge looks like he's in good condition. Look at the back on the guy. His back looks thicker and meatier than that of David Hoffman. Let us finish this one off. I believe we have a most muscular, but we have an ab and thigh. Ab and thigh first. Look at Arnold in the background, waiting for the competition to get over. He can't wait to eat the pie. I want to eat apple strudel. Go to Lou's house. Maybe get with his sister. You have to fight his old man for that one. Old Matty Frigno. I'm sure he'd give her up gladly. So starstruck by Arnold. Anyway, guys. Aesthetically, my opinion, Serge Nubret, for sure. But aesthetics is a personal preference. And some of you guys might think, you know, Serge doesn't look good. You might think his abs are too big. And I hear that. But I think it looks form-fitting with his physique. And the way they used to do this. I think Frank Zane used to snap his ab and thighs, something like this. Of course, he does a vacuum. But he does it something like this, too, where he tilts his, his upper body. believe Dwayne Walker does it like that. It just looks incredible. Much more aesthetically pleasing than that of David. No disrespect meant to Dave. Hey, he'd probably win an actual competition. Nowadays, judges. This is the most muscular, and this is the final say on this. The guys back in the day, not all of them, but most of them, look at their chests. Every one of them almost. Even a guy like Franco Columbo, I mean, he didn't have the thickest chest from the side, don't have it, don't hit it. But I mean, splits all over the place. They all benched heavy. Every single one of them. Except for Serge. He did, what does he do? 20 reps, I think, of maybe 200 pounds. Now, 200 pounds would be a lot to me. I might be able to do 200 pounds, 1 rep. Of course, that's not my lift. But anyway, guys, Serge Nubret was doing 200 pounds for 20 reps, and he'd do 20 sets. Can you imagine that? He would just pile it on, the volume, and just pile it on. Probably could have bench pressed 400 pounds for 1 rep, but he would never do that. He never ever ended up with a torn pec either. And that's how it happens, guys. Heavy bench. 1 rep. Why do 1 rep unless you're a power lifter? If you're a bodybuilder, stay away from them 3, 2, 1 in rep ranges. At least 5. If you can't do 5, it's too heavy. You're going to tear your pec. It's a shame. Ruined physiques. But anyway, guys, Serge Nubret, in my opinion, he is winning this one. And like I said, guys, there's an aesthetic thing about these Fan Request Friday matches. When you select a men's classic physique division competitor against a guy from the 70s, I'm going to make that kind of an unwritten rule. I'm going to ignore the conditioning a little bit. Focus mainly on the aesthetics. Give the guys in the 70s a chance. I mean, come on now. Hit thumbs up on the video. Look forward to 3 more today. Have a great weekend.